everyone. All right, so for this part of the class, I need you to take out your day 1 practice. It's the paper that says Unit 3 Congruence with Proofs. We started it last class. And again, you need your purple sheet, the single-sided one with the nice chart on it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to do problem 17 with you. So flip to the very back of the packet. I'm going to do number 17. All right, so it says we have a bunch of givens and we have to prove 2 triangles are congruent. So I'm going to go over here to the side and I'm going to copy down my triangle congruence exactly how it is already listed because the problem has already matched up our corresponding parts for us. So I am going to go ahead and start making my list. Remember, I'm just doing first letter, second letter, and then I'm going to do second letter, third letter, and then I'm going to do third letter, first letter. Now I'm going to do my 3 angles. So I'm doing first, second, third angle. Notice angle symbol, not triangle. Then I'm doing second, third, first. And then I'm going to do third, first, second. All right, in this triangle, it's going to be all my odd angles, and the other one is going to be my even. So in triangle AED, at E is where I'm putting a 1, at D is where I'm putting a 3, and at A is where my 5 goes. And then in the other triangle, at F is where I put a 2, at D is where I'm putting 4, and at C is where 6 goes. So now I am ready to begin with my first given. So I'm going to say given triangle ABC is isosceles with line segment BA congruent to line segment BC. Alright, so they are telling me I have a big isosceles triangle and I have 2 congruent sides. So right here is my vocabulary word, isosceles. So I'm going to start with isosceles triangle. That tells me if I have 2 congruent sides, there also has to be 2 congruent angles. All right, so now I get to conclude somewhere in my picture there's 2 congruent angles. So they are telling me this whole side is congruent to this whole side in the big isosceles triangle. So my 2 congruent base angles are going to be angle 5 and angle 6. So that's what I get to conclude. Angle 5 is congruent to angle 6. All right, I need 3 congruent symbols. I need 3 congruent markings in one triangle and matching markings in another. So I'm putting in my arc marks and I'm crossing off the list that one pair of angles that's congruent. All right, that's done. Number 2, I'm going back to given. There are more givens. So we are told EBFD is a rhombus. All right. So let me look at this for a minute, because for rhombus, I can make different conclusions. I could say all sides are congruent, or I can get opposite angles congruent. Maybe I need both, maybe I only need one. So right now I'm just going to look at the picture and see what I need. So I have rhombus EBDF. So yeah, it's true opposite angles are congruent, but the opposite angles in my rhombus are not in my 2 triangles. So I don't want to use that. It is true all 4 sides are congruent. So that's the one I want to use. So I'm going to use the fact that I have a rhombus, so I'm going to start off with that. If you have a rhombus, then there are 4 congruent sides. Now, do I need to name all 4? I could, but the only 2 from this rhombus that are in the list is line segment ED and line segment FD, these 2 sides. So that's what I want to conclude. So line segment ED is congruent to line segment FC. All right, that's a congruent sign. I'm putting my markings in the picture, and that makes number 2. Now, do you have to be using different colors? Absolutely not. Do you have to be highlighting? Absolutely not. Do you have to put markings in your picture? Absolutely. You need the markings in the picture. You don't get credit for any of this stuff here. This is just to help you. If you don't do this, that's completely fine. It's just an aid to kind of help you. All right, I have a third congruent sign. There's more givens. You might want to cross out the givens as you use them, just to keep track. All right, I have one more, so I have to say given angle AED is congruent to angle CFD. All right, let's find, it says congruent right there. Let's see if they're in our triangles. Angle AED, hey, that's my angle 1. And angle CFD, that's my angle 2. If you wanted to, I mean, right here's your congruent sign. You know, we might as well just put the arc marks in there right now, and I'm up to 2 arc marks. And that's right here. If you wanted to, you could conclude angle 1's congruent to angle 2. I mean, it's all the same stuff. So it doesn't really matter. That's our third congruent sign. So now I'm able to say, yes, the 2 triangles are congruent. And here's why. I have an angle, angle, then a side. So this is by angle, angle, side. All right. So I would like you guys to now pause this video, and I want you to go do number 14. All right? So number 14, you do. Check your answers on the classroom page. When you're done, then come back. So pause now. All right, welcome back. Now I'm going to do with you problem 16. Same packet, problem 16. All right, we are proving 2 triangles are congruent, so I'm going to go over here to the side. I'm copying this down exactly. I'm going to make my list. I'm hoping this list does not take you long. I'm so used to doing this, I can talk and write my congruence list out at the same time. Sometimes with angles, though, I really need to pay attention to what I'm doing. All right, now I'm going to number. Here's my odds. Here's my evens. So triangle STP is this one. So T is my middle letter. I want my 1 there. P is the middle letter. That's where 3 is going to go. And S is the middle letter. That's where 5. All right, U is the middle letter. That's 2. At R, I want 4. And at Q, I want 5. Oops. I put 5 and 5. Oh, that's bad. This one's 6. Odd numbers in one triangle, even numbers in the other. All right, so now I'm ready to start. Number 1, we are given parallelogram. Remember, you can use your symbol for parallelogram. PQRS. All right, I'm going to stop. Parallelograms are a key word. There are 2 different conclusions you can make. From a parallelogram, you can say opposite sides are congruent. You could also say opposite angles are congruent. Let's see which one applies to our picture. It could be both. All right, in a parallelogram, opposite sides are congruent. So the top and bottom are congruent. That's not going to help us. But the right and left side, that will help us. So I can use if parallelogram, then opposite sides are congruent. And I can get a conclusion now that line segment PS is going to be congruent to line segment RQ. All right, congruent symbol, I'm putting my marking in my picture. I'm crossing it off. That's my first one. I need 2 more. Now there's another fact about a parallelogram. Opposite angles are congruent. So this whole angle up here can be congruent to this whole angle, but that's not helping us because I only want 5 congruent to 6. So I can't use these opposite angles. But what about angle 3 and 4? Those are opposite angles. So with this first given, I can do another reason. I can say if parallelogram, opposite angles are congruent. And now I can make the conclusion that angle 3 is congruent to angle 4. Crossing it off my list, putting in the arc mark, that's my second congruent sign. So in this example, I used two properties from an arc mark, or two properties from a parallelogram. All right, so now I'm on to statement 2. There's another given. Remember, they both say perpendicular, so list them together. So I'm given, make sure you write given. You need to say where you got this information from. So line segment ST is perpendicular to line segment PQ, and we know line segment QU is perpendicular to line segment SR. Perpendicular is our vocabulary word. We get two congruent right angles. So now we got to find them. We need line segment ST and line segment PQ. Now there's a right angle here and one over there. Do I care about that one? No, I only care about angle 1. So my conclusion, angle 1 is going to be congruent to, and I'm assuming it's going to be 2, but let's check. Line segment QU, line segment SR. Again, in this picture, there are two right angles. I don't care about that one. I only care about angle 2 because it's inside my triangle. So there's my two congruent angles. I'm putting in my right angle marking. I'm crossing that off my list. This is my third congruent sign. So now I am ready to say, yes, these two triangles are congruent because or by angle, angle, side. The side is not between the two angles, so this is angle, angle, side. All right, now I would like you guys to stop. Do number 12. All right, so you're going to do number 12, and then once you're done with 12, check your answer on the classroom page, and then you are going to move on to video number 3. All right, see you in a little bit. Bye.